could find me.
I'm gonna fight them all. A seven-nation army couldn't hold me back. They're gonna rip it off.
Volume on the side to roll.
Taking their time right behind my back. And I'm talking to myself at night because I can't forget.
You do have a little head. So let me turn that off. Let me turn.
I need a drink.
Get the nitro in there. Unless you
No,
want.
I'm not nitroing.
It's smooth. It's not an energy drink.
It has
What?
caffeine in it.
It's a Pepsi.
Yeah, I'm caffeine sensitive.
Would you like a water?
Yeah.
Because all I have is Mountain Dew or... No, you sit your ass down.
I can get my own water.
No, you need to... It's gonna... I can get your water. Let's see if it opens right. Because I haven't opened this yet. I just downloaded it last night for you.
I'm just gonna go play with my little color thing.
No, I just poked you in the butt. It's loading. Here you
Should
go.
have Johnny show me how to use that thing, huh? I don't hear anything. Is there supposed to be something?
Well, hit begin the game and see. You have the volume though on the side.
Yeah. Let me get comfortable.
Oh my goodness. I forgot. There you go.
Can you see?
What the hell is that?
I feel like I'm...
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
You get the volume all the way off, that's why. Roll it.
There we go. What is that sound? This?
Yeah?
There's nothing like jump scares or
No.
anything.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I feel like there's a jump scare coming.
Why don't you move the mouse?
Oh. Oh. So I'm Stanley's point of view?
Yes. WASD are how you move.
What'd you say?
WASD. Yeah.
Oh, that's how you walk?
Mm-hmm.
This is back. And that's the point of view. What do I do? Just walk around?
All of his co-workers were
Oh.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
How do I know where the meeting room is? We're just gonna assume it's there.
Remember, you can move the mouse at the same time. There you
Oh, to look around?
Yeah, you can hold W and move the mouse to them.
I feel like I just walk into walls.
Well, if you hold W and move the mouse, it'll change.
Like there? Oh! Is this where I came from?
I'm not going to tell you anything.
How are you supposed to know where the meeting room is? Is that a meeting room? Where the fuck? Is this a zombie game?
No.
Are people gonna jump out at me?
No.
How do I know where I'm supposed to be going?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, and this is where I make the choices. So if I don't want to go left, I want to go right. Does it fucking matter? I want to go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Let's admire the employee lounge. Why is his feet squishy? Is that them? Oh, no. Do I just walk till the dude talks? Oh, that's employee lounge. Go in.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Can I get a drink?
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Can I get a drink? Is it one of those interactive games?
Well, I'm not going to tell you anything.
Ah.
I'll let you discover.
Really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some painting. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, let's just scoot over, right? That's...
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Is it over here? Is there action in this game at all, babe?
No.
Is there people in this game? I'm not good at walking.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Go up. That looks fancy. Red rune of pain. Am I supposed to discover stuff? Like how?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Do I click it?
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Where's the passageway? I just unlocked. What? Where's the passageway? There's no passageway. Babe, are you just not gonna help me?
No. I want you to discover it.
I don't know it's newly
Why
opened.
don't you turn around?
Wasn't that there?
No, you came through the doors.
Oh, so that? feel like there's gonna be dead bodies or something.
Click it again.
Hmm?
Click it again. You missed it.
How did I miss it? Oh. Is this scary? Is
No.
this gonna be scary?
No.
I feel like it's gonna be
Descending
scary.
deeper into
It's
the
making me
building,
sweat.
Stanley realized
just
he
my
felt a bit
apartment.
peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
What the fuck? What was that?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
What the fuck? Why did that say escape? Did you see that? Get out of your own way. What if I escape?
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
What the fuck? Fuck that shit. Let's go this
You're not gonna go that way?
No! Do you want me to
Stanley thought
die?
right, and realized he simply had too much to live for.
What?
Remember, this game is about choices and discovery.
So if he says I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. How do you even know
How do you know?
that that's true?
Ooh, that's a good question to ask. How do you find out?
Like, is something gonna come out and kill me, or am I just gonna die?
I'm not telling you anything. It's
Well, it
not a
makes me
scary
start
game, though.
all- Are you
It's-
sure it's not a scary
I'm
game?
positive.
Look at the setting.
I'm aware of what the setting is.
It looks like a scary game.
You do you, boo.
Is this you testing my suicidal tendencies?
No. You do what you want to do. Because you can always come back, right?
I kind of want to see.
Then go do it.
No.
It's just a game. Try it out.
Dude just said that I would untimely death.
Yeah, that's what he said.
You think he's lying?
I don't know. Go find out. I'm not going to tell you anything. Remember, it's about choice.
But he literally just said I would die.
Okay. Have you built enough of a relationship to trust this stranger into your ear?
No.
You do you.
I want to escape from my life. So let's go. Is this supposed to be like my real life? I'm just curious. So we're
Nope.
just gonna.
Still on board with death?
What? He's talking shit. And do you hear the buzzing? Like a. It's like the buzzing gets louder. Fuck. I don't know. Why don't I have a partner with me in this? Oh, he's not gonna talk shit as I turn around? I think something's down there. Should I go with my gut instinct?
You do what you want to do.
Fuck, we're just gonna die. Fuck it. Oh my gosh, it's the light that's buzzing.
Probably.
Nothing's gonna jump out.
Nothing's going to jump out.
How do you know?
I've played
Have
the
you ever
game.
done this?
I've played the game.
So you know what happens?
Yes.
Is there gonna be blood?
No.
This isn't a gore
You're
game?
fine. No, it's not a gore game.
It'll just take me back to the start.
Just play the game. There's thousands of different paths to take. This is just the one you came across and you're choosing to do. So go for it.
What is this? Something's gonna jump out at me. Are you sure this isn't a scary game?
How many times?
Why didn't you just let me research this?
Because I want it to be fresh, something new. I don't want anything not being a surprise.
What if I die?
What if you do? What if you don't?
He said I would die. What if I like run really fast?
Go for it.
Can I take this as like a weapon? Can I take this?
No.
It's not like the old school games where it's all like highlighted, where you darker than the rest, so you know you can interact with it. This is super in a setting of scare.
The door behind him was not shut.
You jumped when he
Stanley
started
still
talking.
had every opportunity to turn around
This
and get back
bitch!
on track.
Babe!
No, nothing, no.
He's talking shit now. What the fuck? Fuck it. What's that? Are you sure that this isn't scary? What's that sound?
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I don't like the narrator. You fuck him. Aren't I supposed to die already? Reminds me of my real life.
Wow.
Why is it getting darker? Oh, fuck. Are you sure this isn't scary? Is it lava? Is it hell? Is this a religious game? Like if you don't listen to the narrator god, then you die?
I mean, you can view it any way you want.
Babe! Oh, I would just fall down in there.
What's down there?
Can I just, like, peep? I can't tell what's down there. Nothing's gonna jump out?
No.
It looks like there's a floor. There's just a light. Those look like pillars. Ah, fuck it. I don't fucking care. I died.
Did you?
I don't fucking know. I like...
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
What the
He
fuck
doesn't
is
know the
that?
story,
Babe,
trapped
am I gonna
forever
get
in his narrow
squished?
vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no
Can I, like,
loss,
jump
than
off?
plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent
I'm
end
about to
to his
get
brief
squished.
life. Farewell, Stanley.
I'm about to die, babe. I didn't.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body.
They come back as a
killing him
ghost?
instantly.
I didn't die. I'm right here. Am I a zombie now? Babe, talk to me.
I just dropped you on a platform.
But it just said it just crushed every bone in my body. Was she lying? It just started over? This is confusing, babe.
Go
What the
to it. Go to it.
Good. I am.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What the fuck? Is this...
A lot of this won't make sense because you got this path before you did any of the other paths. But
So now this
keep
won't
an eye.
make sense?
Some of it won't. But look around. It's showing you little snippets of the game. Things you don't recognize now, but you may later.
This is weird. Is it the cubicles or something? What do I do now? Go through that doorway? Because I died my first hallway?
You're obviously not dead. You're walking around.
Is this heaven? Where's
No,
Jesus?
it's Iowa.
Where's Jesus?
Field of Dreams.
Wow, that's an old one. What's that sound? What are those? I don't get it. She said like my entire body was crushed. Then why am I here? That doesn't look scary at all. Do I just walk around until somebody starts fucking talking?
These are a lot of things you'll recognize later as you play the game.
Did I already go in here? No. Blinding. What do I do now? I already was here.
So you're probably missing one of those walkways back there. You skipped a bunch of them.
There's a bunch of them?
I saw you pass by multiple halls.
Thought I went down them.
Go straight. We're gonna go hugging every wall. Just hug the right hand wall. Take it right. Ooh. Nothing here.
I heard a sound.
I want to see another door.
Where are the sounds coming from?
I don't know. I'm not listening. I can't hear the game.
See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of floor-level design, a textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively if you have even the most fundamental
Take a right?
understanding of good and
I
bad.
think he's talking shit.
Can't take a right. Okay, go.
He's like talking.
Go down the hall. And then take a right. And a right. Up the stairs. Left.
Wasn't I here?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
What is she talking about?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
What, me and the narrator?
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to
What if
beat
I don't
this
want
game.
to?
As long as you move forward,
It's all
you'll be
about
walking
choice.
someone else's
Huh?
path.
It's all about choice.
Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time.
The sound. I'm feeling rebellious today, babe. Am I supposed to click? Why are you looking at me like
Because I'm letting you self-discover.
Nothing's happening. It's just a walk. Ew! just starts all over?
That's just one path. But hit begin the game again.
Now make better choices,
No,
Amanda.
there were. I saw like 8 different choices. You could take the same path and still choose different things and have different things happen. You can still take that right and be rebellious from the left door.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
A hallway you missed, a doorway you missed, an elevator you missed.
Here?
No. After you took that right path.
How's this fun if you don't get scared or you don't have other
When
characters?
Stanley came to a set of 2 open
the right again.
doors, he entered
Go
the
to the
door
right,
on his
yeah.
left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
You know
and
what?
Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Narrator.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
You're getting better with the controls. As you get stuck
You
in the
gonna
door.
make me do a shooter game?
Wow.
No. Not yet.
Yes, this room.
All right.
What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous
This time,
room.
remember, you took
Thank
a left
goodness
at that door
Stanley
up
had
there,
taken
didn't
this
you?
detour on his way
Why
to the
not?
meeting
Go
room.
straight.
Live but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, don't take a left there.
Fuck
There you
you.
go. That's
Fuck
a
you,
different.
dude.
That's a different choice right there, right?
Yeah.
What up, alien?
What'd you say? Oh, I was like, dude,
Oh, man.
is there an alien
I
in
saw you look back there
here?
and thought you finally transitioned.
Stanley was
Shut
so
up,
bad
alien.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I feel like the narrator's like talking too much shit right now. Can we mute him and just let me go on my own adventure? Where the fuck am I? What's this platform? What's
Get on.
warning sign? Do not jump.
Get on the platform.
That's where I want to go.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be
Yes,
difficult,
this is Giggles,
but
the
the
bath
fact
bomb.
is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
I think he just shut
I'm
the
not
fuck
asking
up.
for me, I'm asking for her.
Who's her? Some bitch.
This is it, Stanley.
Some bitch
Your
somewhere.
chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
Why is everything coming
She's
about
been
romance?
waiting.
Maybe it's not. Is it a robot? Why is that
That's so
scary?
Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
What if I don't, bitch? Okay, fine.
You can do, no, you can do whatever you want, hon.
Can I unplug this?
You can try if you want.
I like the old school game.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him.
I didn't pick
Filling
up
him
the
not just
phone!
with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
He's rustling through papers.
No, it's definitely here.
I feel like
clear as
that's my
day.
therapist.
Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
What the actual...
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
You have to listen to him. Fine.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Isn't that...
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
There's no other choices on that side, was there?
You don't know what's different? What's the same? Why don't you go through the right door? Just do it for fun. Same door you came through.
But there was only one different thing, and then I went through there.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
I'd go through any of these.
No.
I like how everything looks weird here. Can't go anywhere else. Fine, fucker. I'll go through your fucking left door. Why does it look like that?
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way.
I think he
Is it
bitches
better to
too
shut the
much.
game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
What's this motherfucker doing? Doesn't go his way, he just fucking shuts it down.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever.
I am so
Now
fucking
look where we
clever.
are.
God,
My
so
entire game
hostile.
is destroyed.
He's being
It was
hostile
the only
with
thing in the world
me.
that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see?
Yeah, it made me fucking
Didn't I
giggle,
impress upon
bitch.
you how important it was to be like Stanley?
Who wants
He
to be like
actually knows how to
Stanley?
do what I tell him
Nobody
to.
wants
He
to be
understands
like
that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Now he's cussing
That
at
thought
me.
hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
I'm a child?
Oh.
You're a motherfucker.
My story. If
Okay,
you'd
well-
just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard
I
on
feel
it.
like he's
I tried
like
so hard.
complaining and not thank you.
Is behave exactly as Stanley would. That
What
means
just
choosing
happened?
responsibly and always putting the story first.
How did it do that?
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered
Go
the
through the
door
right
on
one
his
again.
left.
No, go through the right one.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means
You've
choosing
gone to the right one.
responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Is behave exactly as Stanley would. That
If it
means
doesn't go
choosing
his way, we
responsibly
just, like,
and
start
always
over?
putting the story
having it.
first. I'm quite sure you'll be
He's
up
tired
to
of
the
you
task.
making your own
Just
choices.
follow my lead and you'll be fine. All
But,
right.
Yeah, do whatever you want on here. Like
When
I said,
Stanley
it's
came to a set
expansive
of
story.
2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means
We're just gonna go
choosing
through the left so you
responsibly
can shut the
and
fuck
always
up.
putting
Oh my
the
God, you're
story
so hostile.
first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
not
Just follow my
hostile.
lead
So
and you'll be
angry.
Do you
fine.
hear his
All right.
tone
I
with
do. I
me?
played the game.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh look, I'm listening to you. Are you fucking happy now? Is anything there? Yeah, the fucking meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
There's a broom closet.
Let's go make out. Why does it sound like it's opening, but it's not?
Back out. You're on the door. How can it open? Get a little closer. Click on the door knob. Oh, it's probably locked.
Bitches in there.
Coming to a
Blocked off
staircase,
that downward
Stanley
path. You can
walked
see that.
upstairs to
What?
his boss's office.
You blocked off the other path. You saw that? The downstairs. Remember last time you could go down, but you didn't?
You think he's God or something? ass motherfucker.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to
Pandas!
discover not an indication of any
With
human
a freaking
life.
gun to his
Shocked,
head!
unsettled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this until he saw the door with a voice receiver
Look at
next
this
to it.
shit!
Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions.
Panda
And beyond
panda.
all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was
Where
only
do I
one
put the
way to
code
find
in?
Go
out.
find the desk.
Stanley had
Oh,
been
yeah.
trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown.
Going too
He
fast.
drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark.
Turn around. Turn towards it. There you go.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall. I'm sorry,
gonna
is
say
there a
it?
problem?
Do I have to click
You
it?
didn't
You're
mishear
not
me,
gonna
did
say
you?
Night Shark?
Oh, I have to
Please
say
speak
it!
the
I
code
thought
into
he
the
said
receiver.
it!
Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I feel like he's talking so much shit to me right now. Was it Night Shark? What?
115.
Okay,
115?
fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for
You
this
let him
one
talk to me
single
like
thing,
that?
for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices.
You
He
see
knows
this?
what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done
I
whatever
went through the door
hell
on the
you
right,
wanted
and
over
you
there.
wouldn't let
Why did you
me.
come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain
He's
yourself.
calling me a coward!
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What is happening?
Look down.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay?
Am I the
Stanley,
narrator?
please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
What the fuck
Stanley, I want you
happened?
to make a decision.
You made
It
those
cannot
choices
exist
that
without
ended
you.
in
Do you
this ending.
understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply
Now
need
he's
you to
talking
take
nice
that
to
step
me?
forward, please. Choose.
After all that shit.
Do something.
This is bringing up a lot of trauma.
This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it.
Oh, now you need it.
So,
We should talk to me nicer. I'm done
are
with
you
this.
there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait.
He sounds like
Time
Winnie the
to
Pooh.
decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
What's supposed to happen here? Do I suck at this game?
No, you're exploring. You're doing different things. You're fleshing it out.
So if he doesn't like what I'm doing, he just starts me over?
Try something new this time. Maybe do
All
all
of his
the wrong stuff
co-workers
again,
were
but make a
gone.
decision.
What
Make
could
it a
it
little bit of a
mean?
different one. I got one for
Stanley
you. Remember
decided to
that
go to the meeting
tray
room. Perhaps he had simply missed
Yeah.
a memo.
that went up, and then when you came back to it, it had guardrails. Why were the guardrails there? You could have jumped off it onto a platform if you wanted to. What if you made that decision?
How do we even know if we can do shit? Like when I unplug the phone.
Explore.
So if I just like start clicking shit,
There's nothing in these rooms, though.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his
Like the
left.
stairs, remember? The stairs had an up to go to the boss's office and a down. You chose to go up, right?
yeah.
There's so many
Yet there
different
was
choices
not a
that
single
lead to different
person
things.
here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided
There's
to
that
go
closet
up
again.
to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
It opened this time! Watch me get
Stanley
locked in.
stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Can I do anything with any of this?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow.
Whatever.
Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange
Did I just go in a
observations.
circle?
For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job.
Why are these
pushing
lights
buttons.
on?
I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What the
Then
fuck?
he
That's
imagined
creepy
himself
as
soaring
fuck.
through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And
Didn't
while
it
he
come
thought
out
it
of
all
there?
very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Fuck, I'm still down here.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What the fuck?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Is he schizophrenic?
That was you.
It just starts all over?
I got one for you.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
Right door.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult,
What's the
but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
How'd you do that? Just walked off?
Convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
You started making your correct choices by unplugging the phone, right?
You of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Different paths, different choices. There's hundreds of different ones.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Why does he just reset me like that?
I still don't think we're communicating. Stanley walked through
He
the
took
red
away the blue door.
He put it behind you.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so
Now, what if you went through the first red door? What if you went through the second red door? What if you went through the third red door? You see where the paths open up?
Stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time
Open the
into that?
fucking door.
Because I
I'm
did.
done.
And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see.
was all
Help
for
me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
You probably have the panda
Tell you
down
what,
here that you put
Let me
a gun
take
to
a
its
stab
head
in the
for
dark at a new
painting.
design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
What's that? Those real people?
Just watch it.
You can compete against others?
No, it's just shit talking.
I was gonna say.
Okay, go through the orange one. That's new.
This is where I was.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
You gotta look at the button.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game,
What the
baby
fuck?
goes left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours.
Oh, the sound
so
of the
why
fire
don't you give it
changes.
4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes.
Better
on
be
your
ready to press that
experience.
button. 4 hours.
4 hours? I thought he was kidding. Are you serious? Nuh-uh. What if I let the baby burn?
Your game. You gonna burn the baby?
No! It's not a real baby.
I mean, it's pretty symbolic putting the baby in the fire, especially in today's political situation.
Ah!
You gonna watch it? You gonna watch it?
No! I'm scared!
Just watch the baby.
No!
Look at the baby. Turn the camera. Turn the camera.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite
Oh my
me?
gosh.
Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas.
It's not even
I
a real
can't
baby,
think of a
fucker.
single
Why'd
you
thing
burn
that
a
might
baby?
improve the experience for me.
Why did you allow me to
I'm not
do
even
this?
going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Well, Stanley,
Grab the
is this
mouse.
any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with.
Can you click on the
Is
blocks?
it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic
Can I
purpose.
go anywhere?
Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No,
Left.
here. And then...
Down a little to the right. He's building a house. See it?
Oh, I see it now.
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
I'm trying.
Go.
I am. I can't go in. Oh, there. Well, now, biatch.
Isn't it grand?
Oh.
Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything.
Okay,
Yes,
step
yes,
out.
yes. Come along, Stanley.
He's
We
gonna
have to
be
go
playing the
mining.
game. Since you didn't like his. You opened a path.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
I suck at navigating.
Takes time and practice.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Was I supposed to? Where the fuck do I get a light? Let's just keep going.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
This is silly.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Why can't I interact with this? Can I interact with that? Can I do something with that?
The glass is gone.
Huh?
Yeah. Go through it.
Hmm?
Walk.
Am I too close?
You and your clipboard.
I'm taking it with me.
Oh, it's a
Oh, my
puzzle.
clipboard.
Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
My fucking clipboard. Where's my clipboard? Oh no, it's stuck under the door.
Maybe you need to open the door, so solve the puzzle on the room.
My fucking clipboard. Is it telling me something on the clipboard?
No.
Okay.
There's a cube there to your right.
If I go here and press this button, then I can go. Do I have to go the path? How do I go through the door.
So what have we learned? Stepping on that button opens the door, but stepping off of it, so the button needs to be pressed, right?
It needs to stay pressed. So I need to put my clipboard on it.
I don't think the clipboard is what it's meaning to put on it. There's something else. There's one other thing in the entire room.
How's that? Oh shit! They're doing that to show that I could pick shit up.
Genius.
You gotta actually put it on there, though.
That was on there. Are you on there? Yes.
Clipboard?
My clipboard!
Yay!
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as...
Haha. Whatever this is cool. The sound is cool. Where's my clipboard?
Looks like you lost it.
He took it away. Takes away everything.
God damn.
What? They should make a game in search of your clipboard. Go towards the light.
Hey, there's your office, 427.
Yeah, 427. Looks like a nice room. I just want to live for the buttons. Why does this look like Homer Simpson's office in the power plant?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
He just thinks he's the end-all be-all. I was happy where I was with my fucking clipboard.
Why don't you try following all the directions once? Like all of them. See what happens. I mean, you do you.
Oh, do me, boo.
That's
When
different.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Stanley's like fucking drunk.
You're the one controlling him.
Drunk ass.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once
There's a
again
piano.
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Where did it go?
That kind of anxiety
Something
isn't
opens.
healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Is it playing common New Age music? What opened up?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley
go.
calmly walked forward into the opened passageway. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
My clipboard?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Why does it sound like something's purring?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
How do you dismantle them? It's pressing shit. Oh. Look at that. How do I feel like that does something? Like you do something. Your big ass button.
Go. Up the stairs, stay right. Stairs,
Oh, I
left.
see it now.
Nope, nope.
That?
Nope, nope, nope.
Saw
nope,
something
Nope,
down. That.
nope. Take a right. Look at the stairs.
Ah. Why does it sound like a train?
That was one outside. Like IRL.
Oh, you said IRL in real life. I pressed that button, I don't know what it did.
There's a big choice right here.
And when at last he found...
Oh wow, you just went straight to off. You didn't even Debate turning it on.
Why turn it on?
What would have happened?
I don't know. I wish there was people in the game.
And a rising chill of uncertainty.
MMO.
Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone
We in
tell
real
him
life
what to
now?
do, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Did he die? Oh, it's white.
Nice, good job. You got one of the good endings. What if you hit on?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So it's just ongoing, which is a bunch of different
When
endings.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
It's kinda hard
and
to do this
Stanley
when I
knew
don't
it
have,
perfectly
a
well.
teammate controlling them.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
Turn around.
just to admire it.
Turn around. There we go. Teamwork right there. See, here's one you
Standing
missed
now in
earlier.
this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but
You
eager
took
to
that
get
first
back
path
to
to the
business,
left, correct?
Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he
What
detoured
if you
through
went
the
down that
maintenance
elevator
section, walked straight ahead to the
Turn.
opposite door, and got back on
What if you went
track.
this?
Huh?
What if you went down this?
I thought I did go down that
You
one.
did not.
Or is that something else?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to
Let me
go,
to the restroom real quick.
Huh?
I'm gonna hit the restroom.
Okay.
From here, it's, left. Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh.
This
who am I
motherfucker.
kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
First he was like, go through this door. And then he'd close it in my face and say, no, this door. Oh, why did I say that door? Let's go through this door. And then he said, oh, he went too far and he started me over.
All of his co-workers
Really?
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Everything just looks the same.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
What the fuck?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
better
meeting
with
room.
controls.
Perhaps he had simply missed a
Am
memo.
I? Stop speaking too soon.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Why can't I pick up anything like I could the clipboard?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest.
Ooh,
I don't
a
recognize
pallet
this place
jack.
at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Why does he keep making...
All right, I've got a solution.
This
This time, to make
motherfucker.
sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure
You
Line.
gonna follow it?
Just follow the line.
Just for shits
How
and
simple
giggles.
is that? You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into
had me
being
go in a
via the
circle.
very manifestation
Wrong
of
way.
the nature of
Came from
life
that
itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests
Why are we
inside
here?
of your subjective experience of this office, Is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
It's like circus music! What the fuck?
Cut the music.
Thank
Go
you.
back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything. Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Follow the line.
I'm trying to.
No, that's not where it goes. Right? Yeah, follow that line.
Here again.
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you,
Line.
after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
I don't think this fucker knows what he's doing.
I think you screwed up the story.
You know
Oh.
what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why
That's
can't
so
we make
pissed.
up our own story? Something exciting.
closed the door in your
daring,
face and you got so
mysterious.
He did. That's the third
This all
time
sounds
that he's
perfectly
closed the door in
doable.
my face.
Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
What direction?
There's a door that's open.
That's the only door that's open.
There's 2 doors that are open.
Oh, that one. That one?
Mm-hmm.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine. Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
It's all bullshit.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing.
I want to shoot stuff.
No,
Well,
what?
Who consulted me?
This motherfucker, it's just me and him the whole time. Stuck with him my entire life.
Mm-hmm. And you
No,
followed all
it
his
can't be.
directions and you went
I
out to the
don't
real
want it to
world,
be.
right?
I don't want the game
Yeah,
to
I
keep
already
restarting.
won.
I don't want to
All the
forget
times
what's
that you
going
don't
on.
follow his directions.
I don't want to be trapped like this.
Sure.
I won't restart
your
the game.
fault.
I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that
Well,
mean
it gets impossible.
did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
You're in control of this whole damn thing, narrator,
So-
dude. Let's sit down.
Okay.
Let's sit here.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
Let me sit
I'm
in
not
this
quite
chair.
sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
This motherfucker.
Remember, simple things change things.
I see that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Where do you think I was going?
This bitch just jumped.
No, I just walked
All
straight
of his
off the
co-workers
platform.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You're going back the way you came.
Am I? Oh, I am.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for
Congratulations,
that.
you finally-
And in such a
You did the
competitive
same thing
economy,
twice now.
why had he taken that
I
risk?
did, didn't
All
I?
because he believed everyone had vanished. His
There's a
boss
bunch
would
of
think
other
he
ones,
was
but
crazy.
you kind of get the idea.
And then
of where
something
I was
occurred
going
I was
to
from.
hoping
Stanley.
something else would
Maybe,
be here.
he thought to
Some
himself,
comfort.
maybe I
I know
am
there's an
crazy.
elevator once you ride it like
All
4
of my
times, it
co-workers
changes.
blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single
screwed
moment
now.
for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example,
We're gonna go into
why
the
couldn't he see
galaxy.
his feet when he looked
I'm over
down?
this narrator.
Why did doors
You
close
know them?
automatically behind
You
him
know it straight.
wherever he went?
Yeah.
And for that
Close it out.
matter, these
do
rooms
I
were starting to
do?
look pretty familiar.
First off,
I
you-
totally
simply
forgot we were
repeated.
doing this part. I was just fucking
Stanley
with
said to
this.
himself,
Yeah, I'm
"This
aware.
is
You were
all
like,
too
"This
strange
motherfucker!"
to be real." And at last, he came to the
I'm
conclusion
over
that had been on the
him.
tip of
Okay.
his tongue. He just hadn't.
Quit tomato.
You should just give me a bunch of lists of games and I should just play them and find out what I like. I need a chair that fits me.
Hi, chair, you mean? Do you want to say goodnight to the stream then?
Good night. I'm sorry for
Is that your
forgot about
closing?
y'all.
Is that your
Yes.
closing?
I got so into the game I forgot.
That's good. I'm
We
glad you
weren't
got
even
invested.
streaming. Well, cause like I don't see on here.
Uh-huh.
Can you do it where like I'm streaming but I see when I'm up here or something?
Then
'Cause
if it's
otherwise
projecting that
looking.
screen, would you see yourself over the game and they wouldn't be able to see?
Oh yeah. That's confusing. Oh, people talked.
They did. Alien and Boozy Boo 11.
Who's that?
I have no idea. They came by, said to your right, and that's when you were doing the pin code for the first time, and you're like, "Where's the door?" And you were just staring at the pin code. They were like, "To your right," and then you were like, "Where's the door?"
They should have something that like reads it out loud.
Every comment?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Then people will say some really bad shit, and it would be just way too distracting with the game when
It's a trusted
listening to it.
space. We were on there for an hour and 35 minutes.
Oh.
It was
Oh.
not that long. What
it's
time
still
is
going
it?
right now too.